reference to answer D. The nearest medical officer authorized to conduct postmortem. As of now, the nearest, it seems, should be only the district medical officer or the civil hospital which has got the dead house. My question is, can the medical authority at the CHC level also conduct the postmortem?
Sir, it's a designated medical officer, sir. So only a designated medical officer can conduct a postmortem.
So then how is that designation or identification done, sir?
Sir, the identification, sir. So these are certain doctors, sir, in the various medical institutions and in the health department, sir. And this is done by the health department, sir, that authorize certain medical officers to conduct these postmortems, sir. It is not in the purview of the home department, sir.
So why I'm asking this question is that, sir, the dead body has to be transported to long distances, and then the family, the bereaved family, apart from grieving, they also have to undergo this tremendous stress of transporting the dead body to distant locations and then bring back the dead body or after the postmortem to the residence. So this itself creates a lot of trouble. So if the identification process can be worked out and the authority can also be established at the CHC level, sir, this will facilitate and help the grieving families, sir.
Sir, I appreciate, sir, very much the suggestion given by the honorable member, sir. And in such circumstances, yes, the government should make it convenient, sir, for the members of the bereaved family, sir. So, sir, we will examine this matter, sir, and we'll try to do our best, sir, in terms of the suggestion given by the honorable member, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, sir, I would like to thank you at the outset for admitting the call attention motion. On the news item, rampant illegal coal mining reported in southwest Khasi Hills, as reported in the Shillong Times dated 16th of April 2018. So when we go through the news report, sir, we can identify several critical issues that indicates the prevalence of lawlessness, the failure of the state machinery, and perhaps a connivance at different levels of authority, sir. So the 5 critical issues that could be summarized from the news report are: number 1, illegal rat hole mining is carried out despite the NGT ban. 2, minors aged 14 to 16 are compelled to work in the mines. 3, mining has affected the landscape, that is the ecology of the area. 4, coal-laden trucks, perhaps overloaded, have damaged the roads and bridges. And 5, the circulation of fake challans. So based on these 5 critical issues that have been reported in this particular news item, I have a few observations, and perhaps this House may like to consider or maybe be enlightened on these few facts that I would like to bring to the notice of the August House, especially to the Honorable Chief Minister, sir. So when the NGT ban came, sir, the authorities that were appointed by the NGT, they had gone all across the state where the mines are to assess the coal that was in the possession of the mine owners. Now the NGT had asked them to assess the quantity of the coal, and so the authorities, they went around carrying one instrument with them to measure or to assess the quantity of coal, and that was a measuring tape. So using a measuring tape, now we can all understand as to how perfect can the assessment be? So this, then it infers, or the inference that we can draw from this particular kind of assessment, using a measuring tape to assess quantity or weight. Perhaps, sir, the assessed coal was more than the actual amount that was lying there because of this flaw. So therefore, sir, this allowed the mine owners to keep on digging for coal to ensure that they meet the assessed quantum. This gave them a window, sir, to keep on digging for coal, sir, without an iota of fear and even respect for the ban that was imposed. So the other point is the engagement of minor children in the mines. So the constant engagement of children in mines and other labor-intensive activities depicts the deplorable conditions of our citizens that are trying to fight for their daily bread and butter, sir. The lack of livelihood avenues in the areas, especially around the coal mines, forces the parents to put their children through such rigorous labor. Lack of avenues, coupled with family problems, have continually pushed our miners out of school and into the streets. So this also depicts the fact that there has been no activity that has been undertaken for social upliftment of our less fortunate citizens that are there in the coal mining areas. So the coal mining is such a lucrative and profitable activity that the lust for wealth has ensured disrespect for fellow humans, destruction of childhood innocence, and brutal and reckless annihilation of our beautiful environment. So the issue of fake challan is not new. Several audit reports over the years have indicated the prevalence of fake challans. The steps taken by the department have also been noted, sir, based on the reply that was given by the Honorable Chief Minister the other day. However, sir, I feel that there is an organized racket behind this entire thing that is hell-bent only to loot public revenue, sir. Moreover, how come a bunch of crooks, they keep on outsmarting the entire government, sir, over this fake challan system? Sir, what has happened to the FIRs? The Honorable Chief Minister, he gave an extensive reply on that FIRs have been filed. But then what has happened to them, sir? Have the police ever nabbed the kingpins who's behind this organized effort to loot the government treasury? So, sir, we also see about the trucks. Now we all know that many trucks, they continue to ply and transport coal with fake challans, and sometimes without even a challan also, they keep on transporting, sir. Many have been caught also. But then I would also like to relate to the plight of the monitoring authorities. So they have to wake up and stay awake in the wee hours of the night with few guards and one magistrate sitting in a vehicle, sir. And suddenly one speeding truck comes their way, sir. How will they handle that situation? Whether they run, whether they try to escape, or whether they try to nab that speeding truck, sir? All these things are happening, sir. And how do they go into all those jungles? It is not humanly possible, sir, to try and monitor all these things that are happening across the state, sir. What has happened to the hundreds of trucks that have also been caught? What has happened to them, sir? Everyone seems to be helpless and not in a position to do anything. Therefore, sir, all these activities, there are significant incidents that are happening in our state, sir. They are all in violation of the applicable laws, especially the ban on coal mining as imposed by the NGT. Sir, being a new member to this house, so I thought that whatever is being discussed in this August House relates to the needs of the citizen and also for making our state a lawful one, sir. the legislature, the judiciary, the executive, we are all working in tandem to ensure that we uphold the law in letter and spirit. However, sir, this news item that has been reported, it only displays that whatever happens outside this August House is contrary to the laws that we are trying to enforce. So just the other day, the Honorable CM spoke about the fake challans, and also he reaffirmed the resolution taken by this August House to restart coal mining, sir. But then, sir, with all these activities that are happening, so I feel that this exercise of debate, discussions, our Honorable CM running to the PMO, our entire executive pleading with the NGT, engaging experts, so I think it is now a waste of time and also a waste of public money, sir. Because simultaneously, coal is being mined everywhere across the state and lawlessness has been allowed to prevail, sir. Now, sir, my question is, who's behind this synchronized mockery of this August House, of this temple of democracy, sir? And who's behind this entire nexus? What do we do to the offenders, sir? So the people of our state expect that we should all perform our duties and our responsibilities to uphold the Constitution, come what may, sir, to ensure that the interests of citizens are protected and our state remains a prosperous and a law-abiding one, sir. So I sincerely look forward to the government, to the officers and all in authority to take this task seriously. Else, sir, if I may use the word, sir, we are only making fools of ourselves, sir, sitting here, while our Constitution is being rampantly trampled upon, violated, rights have not been respected, and people who have only one agenda, to earn wealth and more wealth, they are trampling our rights, sir, without giving a hoot to any law, to any innocent citizen, to any child, or even those in authority, sir. So with these few words, sir, I again thank you, and do hope, sir, these few submissions will be of worthwhile listening and to be acted upon, sir, by the government of the day, sir. With these few words, thank you once again. I resume my seat, sir.
Thank you. Sir, apart from that, the Honourable Member has raised very important issues about the mining, about the illegal issues related to illegal mining. As mentioned in my reply, sir, we are taking this matter very seriously. Time and again, the Chief Secretary and the Deputy Commissioners, the Chief Secretary has conducted meetings and instructed the Deputy Commissioners to ensure that no illegal mining should take place. Sir, having said that, I am quite surprised by the comments of the Honourable Member when he said that, we are making visits again and again to New Delhi, and these visits are really a waste of public money. Sir, I think we all understand that this is a process. And a process like this, an issue like this, requires a lot of talk, discussion, communication, convincing, dialogue. It's not easy, sir. But I can tell you, we are making a way forward. Sir, ultimately, whatever is happening today is because there is a lot of confusion in the system. And we are trying to give it a proper structure. Once the structure is in place, once we can solve the issues that we are facing right now in terms of the coal ban, I think, sir, things will come into place. I don't want to elaborate too much into the complications because it might take the whole day if I explain where the problem is and what the solutions or what are the options that we have in front of us. It's a very complicated issue. But, sir, we are committed to ensuring that, number one, that the economy of the state should not suffer. Number two, the environmental aspects and the issues and the damages to the environment must be minimized. Number three, the safety of the miners must be taken care of. Number four, no question of child labor, sir. Even in the mining policy that was adopted and passed, sir, in 2012, there was a question on it. It could not come up, so I could not clarify. But even in this, in section 4.7, it clearly says that the child labor laws shall be taken fully into cognizance in this policy. So therefore, the government is very much aware of these issues, and I want to assure the honourable member and the House and the people of our state that responsible mining will be done. We are working towards ensuring that this issue is resolved. It is not easy, sir. There are many complicated issues related to national laws, related to our laws in our state, and we need to find a way that will balance all these laws as well as balance the environment as well as the safety of the miners. As I said, regarding the illegal mining that is taking place, sir, I think the reply is very clear. As per the reports received from the Southwest Khasi Hills district, there is no illegal mining that is taking place as of now, sir. So with these few words, I once again express my gratitude to the MLA from Umroi who has raised this important issue, which will be taken up with right earnest by the government, so that there will not be any loss of revenue to the government, and in the interest of the protecting the environment and safeguarding the health and safety of the workers.
Thank you. Do you want to seek clarification?
Yes, sir. Sir, I thank the Honourable Chief Minister, sir, for the effort taken to address this particular issue, even though in the denial of the fact that illegal mining is going on in the state, sir. Sir, one clarity that I would like to seek, sir, is regarding the follow-up action taken up on the FIRs that have been filed on the fake challans. And where is this fake challan coming from, sir, and who have been arrested so far, sir? So if the Honourable Chief Minister can have a thorough investigation on this, a team should be set up, sir, at the DMR level and also the Home Police, so that, sir, the issue of fake challans need to be addressed very concretely, and the system that has to be in place, apart from the efforts that have been taken by the department so far to come up with systems to improve the issuance of challans, sir. We need to follow up, sir, on these FIRs that have been filed, and against all those coal trucks also that have been caught, sir, with that have been illegally transporting coal. These two issues need to be need to be sorted out, sir, so that we will know that the government of the day is actually really serious to arrest this entire rampant breaking of the law and, sir, of the Constitution as well, sir.
So the points of the honourable member have been noted. As mentioned, sir, this is a call attention motion on rampant illegal coal mining. Challan is a different issue, and but we have addressed it in a question that one of the members, I think the honourable member himself, had raised the question on fake challans, and so we have already replied earlier in the question hour what are the measures that have been taken, and we will follow up on those FIs that have been lodged. I don't have the report with me as of now because, as I said, the call attention was specifically related to rampant illegal coal mining, and that too specifically in Southwest Khasi Hills. So, but I am very happy that the Honourable Member Mr. George Lingdo has brought out these concerns, and let me assure him that we are also concerned about these issues. It is a very important issue for us also, because it is a loss of revenue for the state, and that is something that as a state government, it is something that we need to look into also. So if there are issues like that, if we do find that there are problems in this line, we will accordingly act and take necessary action in this line.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I also rise to support the court motion as moved by the Honourable Member from Mulai, is to give a few added points on the functioning of the Education Department, which in fact is a very important department for the future of our children and our youth. So the job done by the Education Department so far has been very commendable, in spite of the constraints, despite all the hardships that have been faced. But then our system, our support staff have been doing a commendable job to overcome these hurdles. However, sir, in order to refine the processes and improve the system, as indicated by the Honourable Member from Morten Ramsar, in the supply of books. So we've been tinkering with the system of getting a publisher, and the publisher should supply the books to the schools. It's in fact, sir, a system that has been followed for many years. Right from 2007, 2008, we have seen the deficiency in this particular system, and it is not working, sir. For now 10 years the system has been in place, but then we're not seeing any improvement in the supply of the books and the timing of the books reaching the schools. So perhaps the department can change the system and bring in a token system, sir. Other countries have started with the system where the parents are given a token. They can purchase the books from any bookstall or bookshop that they want. It opens up the transparency and accountability in the system, sir. And those bookshops, they can redeem the cost. This works well, very fine, sir, in other countries. And I hope, sir, Meghalaya can take a step forward and then go about a different way of approaching the ensuring that our parents can do not suffer when they have to buy books for their children, sir. So if the system can be thought of, sir, a token system for the parents, so that they can purchase the books from any bookstall as per prescribed by the books as prescribed by the MBOs and other for our schools, sir. So the other day we had discussed at length on the government and community colleges as the department had thought and started establishing, sir. But then in the absence of a policy and in absence of any kind of criteria, it's very difficult, and so the selection of any particular village will therefore be very sporadic and not systematic. So our constituency, so in Umroi, we have many high secondary schools and up to 5 high secondary schools, sir. But then we don't have a college. So the other day, Honorable Minister was talking about a greenfield college. So, sir, if there's a possibility of setting up a greenfield college in the area right from the scratch, sir, since we don't have any infrastructure nor any kind of college that can actually be adopted immediately as a government college. So, sir, if the department can look into this particular proposal, because it is the need of the hour and very much it will help the students of the area, sir. So, the other day I had also suggested a bill to regulate the private schools, sir, so that the fees and infrastructure can be regulated through government interference, and the services also that are being rendered by the private schools can be smoothened and be made more effective. So, the engineering wing of the education department, sir. We have heard the submission made by the members regarding the pathetic conditions of the schools, especially those schools that were managed by the district councils earlier. Now they have been taken over by the government. So there are more than 2,300 plus LP schools, and these schools fall directly under the purview of the education department, directly funded to the department, sir. But then other schools funded by SSA, they have engineering wing, whereas these other schools, they fall under the purview of the PWD building, sir. So PWD building is already overburdened by its other works. So, sir, why not we streamline this particular way of functioning? The engineering wing that is currently serving the SSA schools should also be empowered to look at the other schools also of the department, sir. This will effectively streamline the system and build the capacity of the engineering division there in the education department, sir. So, we have also seen the other day, I have during the budget discussion, I had brought a book as prescribed by MBOs as how they had arbitrarily selected a publisher, and the writers and the editors have no knowledge of the Khasi language, and they were asked to write a Khasi book. So perhaps, sir, my suggestion would be, before any publisher is empaneled by the MBOs, sir, please go through the list of editors, writers, so that this kind of discrepancy does not arise, sir. It is like playing with the future of our kids, the future of our state, the future of our language, the future and of our community as a whole, sir. So, sir, with these few submissions, sir, one last submission, sir, regarding IT systems. If we can have an information technology system to monitor the attendance of the teachers with such a expansive network of mobile technology and the current usage of mobile apps for various kind of activities, perhaps, sir, the education department can also look into this, where GPS technology along with the mobile apps can be integrated to ensure the attendance of the teachers at the time of their arrival in school as well as the time that they leave school, sir. So this will perhaps bring in some kind of accountability in the manner of this of how these teachers are serving in our schools, especially in the rural areas, sir. So with these few submissions, sir, I would like to resume my seat, sir. Thank you.